We saw yesterday when the safety and security manager at Spectre East Africa Limited was interviewed by members of the media. He asserted that indeed the National Police Service responded in record time. And in fact, that manager thanked the police for having intervened when the factory was attacked by a group of unknown people. If the police could respond to the attack at Spectre East Africa Limited, we pose the question to Mr. Odinga and his sponsor. How comes we have not seen either the safety manager or the security manager or the hundreds and tens of policemen that guard Northlands estate? And we want to remind all Kenyans that Northlands is not home to anybody else. It is home to two former sitting presidents of the Republic of Kenya. The late Mzee Kenyatta, who is survived by a widow who is still alive, who is entitled to state security and is offered state security, to the immediate former president Uhuru Kenyatta, who is entitled and still enjoys massive state security. Indeed, if you did your investigative journalism, I suspect if there is no small barrack at Northlands, there could be a police post or a police station in Northlands. Kenyans need to ask themselves the curious question: how comes even the policemen, elite policemen who guard Northlands, were nowhere to be seen? We have not had any reports, not from the OCS of the stations around Northlands, not from the OCPD, not from the Inspector General of Police. That was a distress call to the police for backup. What coincidence is it that these attacks happened at a time the organizers knew the police had been kept busy by looters and unpeaceful demonstrators in town? To keep track of the script being employed by Mr. Odinga and his sponsors and the campaign of violence that they have unleashed on Kenyans and the well choreographed campaign of disinformation which is characteristic, we must say, of Mr. Odinga and his team. We've also had Mr. Odinga allege that the attacks yesterday of the Northlands farm in Ruiru on the outskirts of Nairobi and Spectre East Africa Limited were orchestrated by goons which shamelessly, some of the media houses, I have to say, and I repeat, shamelessly, some of the media houses last night were reporting as government-sponsored goons. And we therefore pose the question: if they are government-sponsored goons, who is the sponsor of the hooligans, the rapists, and the murderers that have ravaged our country in the last 3